yours?
Sure. Okay, my name's Jessie Nielsen. This is my wife, Adrian House. I'm here. I work as a peer worker in Coquitlam. We do a lot of overdose handling, overdoses, and bringing people back that have dropped and stopped breathing and unresponsive.
Maybe describe the overdose site. What's it like?
Well, we're at the shelter,
Yeah.
and it's not technically a drug using center, but it's a harm
not
prevention center.
Yeah.
And
We
due
hand
to
out
the
supplies,
shelter,
but we're not actually supposed to have people, like we don't have a room for people to sit and use.
Oh.
not a
okay.
designated using spot.
Okay.
We're
So-
trying to get that, but it's really hard to get the approval from City Council.
We're designated
from
first response for medical emergencies brought on by drug use.
So if it's not a room, what's it look like? Like
it's-
you can describe it. Like
Oh, where people use, you mean?
yeah, like how are you?
We're in a bathroom.
Oh.
Or out in the bush around the side, up the block,
In the front of the building, on the side of the building.
in people's bedrooms.
And this is in Coquitlam.
Coquitlam, yeah. We're trying really hard to get a lounge space, like just a room, and that's all I say I want is just a room with some chairs, and I can work with that.
Somewhere
You know what
where
I
it's
mean?
localized.
Yeah.
We're not finding victims in bushes.
And
Yeah.
people hiding off, right? Like if people can come and sit together and be safe, they will.
And how do you typically act? How do you typically get in touch with people or hear about them or?
They come to us.
They come
find
to you.
us because they know what we do, right?
To us with word of mouth, we mill around the neighborhood, introduce ourselves to them, let them know that if there's any sort of emergencies, this is where we are, this is
Yeah.
what we do. The other thing is like our major issue is that you've got the staff for the shelter. Like somebody drops. I've sat there giving somebody CPR for 40 minutes straight and had them die. And this is somebody I've been friends with for 20 years that I'm doing this on.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Shelter staff will watch us do this, have no participation in it whatsoever. They'll take 2 weeks of paid leave afterwards, stress leave. I've just sat there and watched my friend die in my hands, and I get my $70 at the end of the day. And if I want time off, I lose my job.
Yeah.
It should be a paid position, like with benefits and actual, like a real job.
Yeah.
We're at risk of getting poked by needles,
Yeah.
As opposed
attacked
to
with
like
weapons because people come to and
tweak out.
flail around. They don't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
And so, what's the number one issue that you would like to see changed?
Well, I would like to see some resources for peer workers, like stress management, counseling, post-traumatic stress. You know,
We should be an actual job. We should be like a legitimate job instead of getting a stipend. We should be getting an actual
A real wage, yeah.
Right? People would take us more serious if we were actually employees, as opposed to they just think we're just
we bring back dozens of people a year
On a regular
that have
basis.
dropped
Yeah,
and
yeah.
overdosed.
Yeah,
you know, and they'd be goners if we weren't there.
Well, that's why.
And
I got the
sometimes
job.
they are goners, and we have nothing to help us cope with what goes on in our jobs. We have each other. That's it.
And so, what's your takeaway from the conference the last 2 days? What are your thoughts? Or
Just that we need to have peers as an actual job, as and we need that lounge space. In Coquitlam, like us personally, we need our space so that we can actually have everybody in a place where we're not having to run around the neighborhood, or run around the building, and do what we're
And if they
what we're
were
there to do.
to make it a normal job, people like us are pretty much instantly no longer qualified for the job because we're addicts.
oh, I see, a catch-22 maybe.
For sure it is, absolutely. Because if it was like that and we had to do the interview with the Square Joe job, it would be, they'd be like, your junkies kick rocks, right? Doesn't matter
But
that you see
meanwhile, the
people.
reason we're so effective at our job is because we relate to these people,
Yeah.
because we interact with these people on
Because
a daily
we are
basis.
these people.
Yeah. So somehow the job description and the hiring process would have to shift. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're already there, right? We just need to kind of come together, I think, as a group
Yeah.
and say, like, this is what we have to do. We
Yeah.
have to, and that's the point
And
of
that's
this
the-
whole
that's the
place,
point of
right?
the conference,
That's that there is a whole bunch of us, and everybody goes through this, and it's horrible to lose people, and it's horrible to just watch an overdose. And and, strength in numbers, I guess, right?